to hour number 2 of NewsNation Now, live from New York City. I'm Connell, McShane. Always good to be with you. And we get back to the Donald Trump criminal hush money trial, where there have been a number of developments here this afternoon. The defense calling Michael Cohen's former legal advisor, Robert Costello, to the stand as their second witness today after the prosecution rested its case. NewsNation's Caitlin Becker joins us live. By the way, proving the former president's wrong in his comments. She's a civilian standing very, very close to the courthouse, as anybody can do. You can walk right by the courthouse if you'd like. That said, what about what's been happening here this afternoon? We have one side done, right?
Connell, I don't know if it's just you and me and this moment in the day, but it is always a big old mess in the courtroom when I get to this second hour of this show. It has been pretty much 10 straight minutes of objection after objection after objection from prosecutors, almost all of them sustained, and answers stricken from the record from Costello on the stand. Now, prosecutors fought tooth and nail to prevent him from being called to the stand. Jury was actually taken out of the courthouse or of the courtroom earlier today just so that they could approach the bench and make this decision. Ultimately, the defense was allowed to call him to the stand. Now, we heard a lot about Costello last week when Michael Cohen was on the stand, and he testified to being introduced to him around 2018 during that FBI raid, which basically got him on the trajectory to being put in prison for those felony counts. Now, what Costello essentially did was work as a go-between, essentially, between Michael Cohen to Costello to Rudy Giuliani to Donald Trump. It was this epic game of telephone there because Cohen, of course, couldn't be seen speaking directly to Trump during this time that he was being investigated by the feds. So that establishes that situation. But Cohen said that he's never had a conversation with Costello specifically about the Stormy Daniels payments. But Costello is on the stand right now saying that he was told multiple times by Michael Cohen that Donald Trump knew nothing about those payments. So we're back in a situation of a he said, and who do you believe? That's where the jury is at this moment. But it's really tense in there. At one point during all of those objections, Costello actually muttered under his breath, which you could hear, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let me apologize, Caitlin, for any role I've personally played in upsetting your life over the last few weeks, you know, especially 4 o'clock Eastern time. But here's the thing. You only have like a week left, maybe, right? Right after, isn't that what they're saying? Right after Memorial Day. First, we thought it would be over maybe by tomorrow, but now maybe another week.
Maybe another week, maybe today. This keeps changing. I feel like every other hour we hear something else. Going into today, we were told that perhaps we could get summations starting tomorrow. Then, of course, the judge said there was just too much on the docket. Next Tuesday is when this is expected to wrap up. But then we have 2 witnesses that have already testified or already on the stand here from the defense. The defense said tops they had 3. So they actually said a little while ago that they may rest their case today. So in that case, perhaps summations could start tomorrow. But we have, I think, about 25 more minutes left of testimony today, and it's unclear whether or not they're going to be done with Costello.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.